Hello and welcome back to another live stream. So this is just really a little bit of a test for tomorrow night. Hoping to do some live streaming. If I don't fall unconscious on the sofa after getting overexcited that the weekend has arrived. I've seen a little bit of talk on my channel about there only being 2 good pre-rendered games on the Neo Geo. I bring that into dispute personally. I think you've got to look a little bit beyond Retro Gamer magazine in order to see the potential here. And this game I would certainly like to put forward as my first entry into pre-rendered graphics that look good on the Neo Geo. And I absolutely adore this game. Love dinosaurs, love shooting up. So, as you can imagine, this is almost the perfect combination. So you probably hear a lot of button bashing going on. There's been no pre-warm-up on this. It has been a substantial amount of time since I've actually played this, because this is the premiere that I've only gone and bought another Neo SD. I said I wouldn't do it. And that's always a sign that I'm about to do something when I say I'm not going to. And to be fair, what happened was I was live streaming the other week, and I have to admit I wasn't really enjoying the experience, because it got to the point where I sort of exhausted everything that I had set up to play, and it turned out that it was a real trauma to try and play some other games. At that point my Mega Drive wasn't hooked into the capture setup either, so I had no option of using the EverDrive there. I just thought, you know what, I wish I still had the Neo SD. These games are great for when you're a little bit, what is the word I'm looking for? Inebriated? Something similar to that. But anyway, just simple arcade games. So I can see Sturo has put something. I'll have to pause it. I meant that aged well. Personally, I don't think this is aged well. Well, that's just a personal thing. Personally, I don't think it's too bad. And now you're sort of changing the parameters of what's been said. That wasn't mentioned, I don't think. As far as I'm concerned, the commentary was going towards there only being 2 decent pre-rendered graphic games on the Neo Geo, and I don't think that's true. Later with George Handheld. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I mean, it's only opinions. It doesn't make no odds. I don't give a fuck what you or K-Line Game or anyone else has got to say. I'm not out here to prove a point. Just here to play some Neo Geo games, to be fair. But I think this has aged well. I mean, bearing in mind the developers of this, same people who did Polestar, so let's not have any double standards. Oh no! I mean, I absolutely hate Viewpoint. I think it's a terrible game. Cannot stand it. To me, it's one of the worst shoot-em-ups. I hate the perspective. I don't care if it looks good now. It looked good in 1996. I just don't like the game. So what are we talking about when we're talking about age well? Are we talking about still looks good, or still plays well? Because I said it can change the parameters if I want. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Viewpoint either. No, I'm not. Not seen this one before. It's a good game, Max. Good game. A little bit clunky looking, some would say, at this point, but I still think it's enjoyable. How many dinosaur-themed shoot-em-ups are there for us to participate in? I think it's probably few and far between, to be fair. And bear in mind the price of admission to this for me. I think that's an important factor, the price of admission. If I buy a PS2 game for £1, yeah, I am not expecting it to blow my mind and keep me entertained for the next 100 hours. I'm thinking if I get an hour's worth of gameplay from this, it's been value for money. And I think that's also important to take into consideration. I think I've got about 250 Neo Geo games on this cartridge. Bearing the price of admission, I'd say it's fair to say they're under £2 each. So this is relatively a bargain. I mean, how much are you going to pay for a downloadable game? I'm well out of the loop, so I don't know. But I would imagine at least a £5. So I don't know. I always think when I'm reviewing beers that the price of admission should come into factor. If a beer costs a £5, yeah, it needs to be twice as good as a beer that costs £2.50. And if it's not, then in my eyes it's not value for money. So, I don't know. It's a tricky one. I'm not trying to start World War VI or anything. That's a good one when you get that. That's a good one. Watch this. Boom. I don't even know if the capture card can keep up with that. Oh, I got blown up on the way. I don't know if that's actually a life that gets took away or some sort of energy. I think it's a life. Very quick, isn't it? Oh no. Help. Real help. Hold on. Do you count dragons? Mushihima has a few dinosaur bosses. Mushihima Sama or something, isn't it? Do I count? Sorry. Do I count dragons? That's a tricky one, isn't it? I had this conversation with you the other day. Where do you draw the line? Some people would say that Elemental Master and Twinkle Tower and Mega Drive were not shoot-em-ups. Some people would say they were running gun games. You know. Who you know, sets these parameters of what is what. I don't know. I would include a dragon, personally. I would include a dragon, yeah. I would include a dragon, a spaceship, a helicopter, an aeroplane, and like maybe some sort of animal-based character that fired projectiles. Anything else, I would bring it into dispute, but I always love a shooter up where it's actually like a man, you know, like you probably don't know, but Gynog or Winds of War. Is there one called on the PC Engine called Legendary Wings? I think there is. I like that kind of thing. Because if you count dragons, you could say Panzer Dragon is a dragon shooter. Oh man. Oh, the Trooper. Hi mate, how you doing? Do you know what? I forgot your name again. I reckon it's something with 3 letters, but you'll have to remind me. I do apologise. I can't just keep calling you the Trooper though. I know you did tell me last time, or the time before. But of course I forgot, because that's the kind of useless person I am. So it's just par for the course. It's not vindictive. I am that stupid. I was going to say forgetful, but I really meant stupid. Oh. Joe, I knew it was 3 letters. Oh, there's a lot of names with 3 letters, isn't there? Maybe it was just a good guess. Yeah, is Panzer Dragoon a shoot-'em-up? That's a bloody good question. Very good question, that. Is it a shoot-'em-up? I'm going to say it is. But then if you're saying that's a shoot-'em-up, you're saying Afterburner, you're saying Space Area Wet. I think they are. Now, I think we need to go into specifics like, is it a spaceship shooter? You know, I just think it's going to be tricky otherwise. I want to continue, but I need to enter the name, and all I'm pressing is start. I'm going to continue because I'm a cheat. Imagine if you could just hold the button down and the whole time you've been watching this video I've been pressing it like mad. Yeah. That would be a bit upsetting. Is it faster when you press the button? It's faster when you press the button. I love this. Touch me. Last time I shouted that to some random people, I got into a whole load of trouble, I must admit. But still, it was worthwhile. Warning. No, how can you say that warning wasn't impressive? Most games can be shortened to 3 letters, can't it? Daz, Matt, most names. Sorry, I'm saying games. Do you know what? I've got a real problem with my eyesight. Yeah, when I see stuff, yeah, I read it and I don't read it correctly. Right? There was an advert on Facebook earlier. The advert said walkers needed. Yeah, I thought it read wankers needed. Yeah, I was fucking on the keyboard, fucking ready to apply. Until my fucking eyes focus on, oh, walkers, I can't be arsed with that. Yeah, I tell you, it's a real problem. All the time I read stuff and I think, well, why would someone put that? That doesn't make any sense. But it's because I've incorrectly misread it. I think it's a mental illness. I don't think it's actually a problem with my eyes. This doesn't look good, does it? There's a whole lot of pinkness. Look at that. Did I survive that? Going in for the bomb. This is why I'm going to die in, because I'll tell you what, I don't think you can press this button any faster. I'm about to explode. This is a full body workout. Oh shit me, that smoke kills. I reckon he's dead. The eyesight problem is called dyslexia. Yes, finally solved. Dyslexic. That's probably why I didn't do very well at school. Still, it does make things so much more interesting. Because you know, a lot of the stuff that you see ordinarily, like road signs and that, they might seem a bit uninteresting to you. But when I read them, it really does raise the eyebrow. Slightly disappointing once you focus in and realise it's not what you've read. But oh, she's taking me back to the first Jurassic Park movie. They are not dying very quickly. There's a lot of green stuff heading my way. I should put the computer so I can actually see. I'm seeing Thunder Force. What's a V4? Sturo says, I'm dyslexic, it's great fun at times. Well, I had no idea until you fucking told me. Mind you, someone told me the other day that I needed to see a psychiatrist, so I had no idea about that. But because of the expense of seeing a psychiatrist, I thought the easiest and most simple thing to do was to buy a book on psychology. So I purchased one on Amazon, and to make myself feel a little bit more intelligent, what I did on the Amazon address, I actually changed my name to Dr. Darren Walsh. So now when I get a delivery at work, it comes in as Dr. Darren Walsh. So I'm now a doctor by name, certified. I've now got a book on psychology. So once I've read that book, bearing in mind I'm already a doctor, surely I know as much as any psychologist, and therefore this £14 expenditure has been a complete bargain. It made complete sense to me. I've got the option to send that book back, you know, till the end of January next year. So I could potentially read the book and send it back. It would have cost me nothing, yeah, to become a doctor. Pretty impressive stuff. Oh, what's happening there? I'm not seeing Thunder Force 4 here. I'm seeing Thunder Flaps 4. Sort of a legal hentai game that was released on the PC Engine CD and only available if you downloaded it from the dark internet. He's dead. He's dead. Thunder Force 4 has a water dinosaur, I think. Ah, what do shrinks know? Exactly. Alright, Joe. Talks a lot of sense. What do shrinks know? What do other people know? If someone's screaming at you, you've got mental issues repeatedly. I certainly thought, well, yeah, maybe it's not me who's got the mental issues, because I seem to be quite calm during this outburst. That's how I judge things, you know, how people sort of respond, and I felt I responded well. Look, soldiers are in. Are they going to actually help me? Oh, am I helping them? Coming out of the plane crash. That's nice, isn't it? Got heroic natures in this game. David Attenborough would be having a complete fit if he could see what was happening there. Love this when you get this. Oh, look at that. It's like doing a slam dunk in NBA Jam. One. Look at that heart. 2 more coming in. Get them on the ladder. Don't forget Darius. Don't forget Darius. Right, Stuart says, has a dyslexia not caused you to buy a book on seismology and you've been learning about earthquakes by accident? Not yet. I'm just getting into this book buying malarkey. This is my first book I've bought for a long time, probably about 25 years. I've not opened it yet. It's still in the living room in the Amazon packaging, but the thought was there. I was just happy that it was so easy to become a doctor, to be honest. I thought, why bother going to university and all that, having to put your hand up someone's arse? Cut out the middleman. Get the title. That's all you need these days. People are easily impressed. I always say this. I could go out wearing a suit and convince someone I was an aircraft pilot. They would not doubt it. I only got to play a flight sim for about 5 minutes to know more than they're probably going to know about the aviation industry. It's easy work. This is how the world works now. Most people are just full of shit. So that's how they get by. That's how you got to get by, apparently. I've not tried it yet, but I'll tell you what, I reckon I'll be fucking good at it. When it comes to talking rubbish, I don't think I need any lessons. I really don't. I think it's almost natural. I don't know if it's an after effect of this dyslexia I've suddenly discovered I've got. I can still read numbers though. I can see that says times 16, you know. Does that count? Imagine now if I went to school and told them I was dyslexic, I'd probably get really good grades. Because they knock a few off, don't they, for that? You get sort of let off a few things, I think. We shouldn't joke about these things really, dyslexia and that, because it's easy for me because I work with numbers, sort of like on a tape measure, so the correct spelling or punctuation is not really important, to be honest. It doesn't matter how you want to spell millimetres or centimetres or metres, it's irrelevant, no one cares, they're just looking for a number there. And the numbers are already on the measure. You've just got to be able to accurately relay that information. So I don't even know if I've ever played this game this much. Probably was a bit purist before, I wouldn't continue or something. Should imagine that as some sort of arcade game in a minute it's just going to get absolutely impossible. Hold on. You and your unread books is like me and my retro gamer. I got it. Look at the front cover, then put it on the shelf with the other 100 unread copies. Yeah, but at least they're in mint condition. Somebody said to me the other day, yeah, but in 30 years this will be worth a fortune. And I said, yeah, but in 30 years we won't be fucking alive. Yeah. Well, yeah, but you know. To be fair, I mean, I've bought a few copies of Retro Gamer, but it's usually like when I go on holiday or something. So, I'll get quite a bit of reading out of it. If I get into a magazine, I'll read it cover to cover and then back cover to cover again. They look quite nice, don't they, when you've got all the retro gamers lined up. I've seen them on some people's shelves anyway. Something is approaching. I thought I was playing Sega Bass Fishing then. That doesn't look friendly, does it? Oh no, that's not good. You see, I'm shooting it, but it's getting bigger. I'm worried it's going to get bigger again. Sugar me. It's come out of its cocoon. It made a noise like I got an extra life. Oh, died again. This unlimited continues, I think, you know. No wonder I'm playing so far into it. I thought for a minute there I was good at the game. Then I remember it's just unlimited continues, so literally any old fool can complete this. Even if you've never played a shoot 'em up before, you can succeed here. Which is nice. Tell you what, this would be a really annoying kind of wasp if it was in real life, wouldn't it? Just doing all this stuff. That would just be a real pain. Oh no. Jeez. Oh. Don't forget Darius. What's if Darius was on the Neo Geo? There's actually a new version of Darius that was on the Mega Drive Mini. I tried to get it to work on the Mega Drive, but I couldn't quite get it to function. Oh, go on. Oh, dear me. Has anyone got any requests anyway? Does anyone want to see anything in action? I've got them all on available. Andro Dunos, oh that's such a hard game. Great looking. Oh, the problem with Neo Geo, it always upsets me when I play these games because the amount of years I've owned it, the times that these sort of games have been offered to me for what now is absolutely nothing, and I turn them down. I could have bought this game brand new sealed for £100 9 years ago. And the bloke on eBay had about 5 copies. I thought that's a bit expensive, isn't that? £100 for a brand new sealed copy. Don't think I'll bother. I don't even want to know how much a brand new sealed copy is these days. Mine definitely wouldn't be sealed. Always liked this game, always been terrible at it. I'll definitely say that from the very start. Love the soundtrack. I mean, it's very 16-bit, isn't it, this? This looks like a Mega Drive or Super Nintendo game. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, the Neo Geo just has such a crisp, clear image. Visually, it's a lot cleaner than the aforementioned consoles. Certainly when it comes to 2D stuff. I think have we got a bomb? Am I missing something? Oh, there's charge move. Oh yes. Oh, and you can change your weapons. Oh, I'll pick it up as I go along. Never been keen on these shoot 'em ups where you've got the ability to change your weapon. The only one I've ever got on with is Hellfire, just because the weapons seem to make sense for the scenarios. I could never work out Radiant Silvergun or anything like that. Oh, you Didn't have enough maestro to do anything there. I get a shot from behind. Never a good place to be. Surely a laser to the eyes. Oh, that thing's never going to die. You shoot that all day long. I'll go for the biggest shot possible. Damn! Game over already. Limited on credits makes it a little bit easier. Oh no! Looks like nothing, doesn't it, that thing I'm shooting? I must have shot it about 400 times, it's still not dead. Now it's moving to the side. Oh. Hold on. Oh yes. What's that beach frisbee game? Is it called? One's called Flip Shot. And then there's a sequel, isn't there? I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Was it a Japanese copy of this game? Japanese copy. I know what you mean when I see it on eBay. No, it wasn't Japanese. I think it was American, actually. It might have been Euro. It was either American or Euro. It weren't Japanese, no. It definitely weren't Japanese. Agree about changing weapons, and yes, Hellfire is a nice system. Yeah, I can cope with Hellfire to a degree. And I love the soundtrack. The dreaded toothpaste laser on radar, not a bullet, more of a stream of piss. Oh my god. Japanese AES copy of the game going for 4,000. EU version 750 quid. Yeah, £99.99. I think actually it might have been £99.99 for an open copy, and a sealed one was 110. The bloke had 5 copies of it. I also remember, I spent so many years studying eBay when I was really into this sort of thing that I remember when there was a guy who had loads of boxed Neo Geos, about 5 consoles, and I was trying to do a deal for him, and we sort of settled on about 150 quid a console boxed. Never went through with it in the end. I'm not sure what happened, but he had loads of American boxed consoles. All in really nice. I mean, it's madness, isn't it? I mean, only 3 years ago, I bought a Nintendo NES with, I think it was 13 box games, 160 quid. 3 years ago. I just watched a Nintendo NES that's in worse condition than the one I've got, and it sold for way in excess of 200 quid without any games. So if you're going to sell the 13 games, I mean, you know, you can do the maths yourself there, can't you? Yeah, there's so many Neo Geo games. I could have paid my mortgage if I'd bought all the Neo Geo games. I remember 8 years ago there was some. I mean, it was 8 years ago. He was doing deals with people on YouTube and people via email, and there was a lot more risk going on. Some of the deals I was doing to get games. But I remember this guy, and he just sent me a list of stuff he had, and he had like Last Resort for 80 quid, Thrash Rally for 40 quid, Baseball Stars, you know, for 20. He had loads of games he was getting rid of, and they were like for nothing. And I was over an hour and trying to batter him down. I didn't end up buying any of them, but such is life, you know. If I bought every video game I could have bought, I'd probably be homeless at this point. But I did used to laugh when people used to say they were buying games as an investment, but they probably are paying their mortgage off now after they decide to sell on eBay, because they don't really like games at all. I think that laser might kill me. If it does, oh, it wasn't the laser, it was the bullets. Game over. Oh. Laughing out loud, stream of piss with Joe. I remember seeing loads of NES systems in the mid-2000s. Oh god, I remember going car boot sales at the end of the 90s, probably 98, 99, walking past box Super Nintendo consoles, right? Street Fighter 2 packs, yeah? So how much you want for that Super Nintendo? They'd say 20 quid. I'll give you a tenner. No way. I'd walk by. Forget it then. Forget it then. Don't want it. Yeah, it's seen loads of box NES since the mid-2000s. You couldn't give them away. Oh, God. Once, right, one of my best friends is a farmer, and he's got like units on his farm and stuff, so he rents them out to people. And he rents them out to these people who were like getting clothes, and compressing them down and sending them abroad. And they happened to get a job at a prison, and basically they got loads of games consoles like PS1s, PS2s, loads of games, CDs, CD players, and all that. And they weren't into all that, and they said to me, "Do you want to go through it, see what you can make out of it, and sort of give us some of the money that you make?" Like, so that's what I did. And honestly, the PS1s, not the original, the second one, the smaller one, right? I had about 50 of them, and I put them all in a skip because they were fucking worthless at the time. Nobody wanted them. Right, I put them all in a skip, about 50 of them, just bin the lot. Just craziness. What's Stu saying? I sold my AS for 120 quid to get a consolised MVS. AS consoles are now going for 400 or 500 quid. Play Windjammers. Yeah, it's mad. I just find it so hard to let go. I've listed most of my loose NES carts. There's like a bundle on eBay. I was going to list a load of Mega Drive games. I think I said to you I was going to list Road Rash 3 and that. Started doing the listing and I thought, nah. Oh, no. Because the thing is, I've done this before. You sell stuff, it's so hard to get it back in the same condition if you change your mind. It's almost impossible. What time is it, right? All my clocks are fucking wrong. This one says it's 25 to 12. That one says it's 20 to 11. What's this computer say? 10:36. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not selling Road Rash 3. I don't know why I like this. I don't know why I don't just get the flashcards and sell it all. But I don't know, just something stops me. I kind of like having a collection of something. Gives me a focus. Oh, I've no idea. For beginners, am I medium or beginner? I look like a beginner. I've looked in the mirror and I'm seeing a beginner looking back at me. Yeah? Yeah, what's this? Tiled. I like a bit of tiling. UK versus UK. This would get serious. Oh, a lob. Tried to play him with a lob. Straight in his face. Oh, 3-point goal. Boom! Shakalaka. Oh, I think I funked that up, but it doesn't matter because I got a 5-point goal. Hey, come on. It's filled with confidence there and it seems to have gone astray. Oh! No. Get in, my son. There's only one winner in this UK versus UK, and that is the UK. I've been playing through this on my Vita, funnily enough, says Joe. And I could have got a Vita loads of times as well. Should have got one. Really, when I had the original PSP, absolutely adored it. I used to work away all the time when that came out. Well, a few years after it came out, and I just took it everywhere. All my break times, and I always used to play on PSP. I had the custom firmware, of course, but I loved it. Oh, sugar me. Oh, come on, UK. Sturo says, besides Super Airwolf, I think 10 minutes play was enough. Oh, that Super Airwolf was funny. I love that. That was funny, that stream the other day. I like it when there's a load of people just chatting nonsense. Yeah, that's Super Airwolf. I knew it was gonna. I've heard about that game. I don't think I've ever played it, but I knew it was going to go into like multi-game play mode mayhem. Joe says PSP is so underrated. Oh god. Oh, again. Regrets. I had a PSP with. I bought it brand new, PSP Slim, after someone at work had sold me their PSP for next to nothing, and I sold it for like enough money with their games to buy the Slim one when it came out. And I got that, and I got the custom firmware on it, and I absolutely loved it. I had all the emulators, everything. I think that's really what got me back into retro games, to be honest. Getting that PSP, it really ignited the flame for me. I keep meaning to pick up a second Vita so I can put custom firmware on it. Yeah. Oh, it was just great, especially when I started getting back into collecting that. Because I'll be like, I wonder what this game's like. I'll put it on the PSP and find out. That's where I fell in love with Last Resort, the Neo Geo on PSP. Got the Neo Geo emulator, started playing Last Resort, and I was just hooked. I wasn't even any good at it on PSP, but I was just absolutely. There was just something about it. It just really just struck a chord with me, and that's what made me want to get a Neo Geo. Playing Last Resort on the PSP. Like I say, I weren't very good at it, but it just really sucked me in. I just couldn't stop playing it. Oh, I remember this. How am I going to get this right? I've never. Am I the dog? I'm the dog. I always wanted to be a dog. Now's my turn. Chance. Sugar me, dog, go! Oh, yes! I love playing C64 games on the Vita, they work so well. Oh, that's sick. You know, you're making me want one. Yeah, I'd love that. God, if you've got all the C60, it must be endless. There's about 4 million games for the Commodore 64, isn't there?
Round 3.
I think I found a game I'm alright at, you know. Oh, spoke too soon. Oh, we have spoke too soon. Come on. Press the wrong button. Oh man, 11-0. I'm not used to being defeated like this. This could get personal. Oh, I'm going to try and knock his teeth out of that. But yeah. Oh, funk. 16-0. Oh, that's one of the bad moments. Why did I throw him straight at him? Oh, demon. Absolute demon. Get in! Need more of that. Oh, I want to just fire it straight up. Oh, why didn't I do that? Oh no. This guy's good. He's a demon. Nicely done to us, Joe. One day I'm going to own a Neo Geo and the Flash Cart. He has a special move. I bet you I do as well. It would be fantastic to hook one up to my PVM. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It looks absolutely gorgeous in Neo Geo. Like I say, the video output. Most of my consoles, if you stare at the screen long enough, you see a little bit of movement. Like a slight little flickering. Either that was my eyes. Could be my eyes. I am dyslexic after all, which we found out this evening. But anyway, with a Neo Geo, you can stare all day. It's just rock solid. I mean, it's just Just a wonderful machine, really. You have a charge move. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably not got the instructions, you see. Well, if you played that in 2-player, you would, someone would say, hey, charge move, press B, and then you'd both work it out, then you move to the next level, wouldn't you? So, what does that? I mean, this is the beauty of this Neo Geo thing, is that someone can suggest a game and we can actually find it, unless they make one up, unless they say like Thomas Tank Engine and it's not on it. I mean, there's just so many fantastic games. You can't really go wrong. There's not many bad Neo Geo games, to be fair. Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh yeah, I think that's on there. Let me look under the T. The nearest one to Thomas the Tank Engine wins. O. Oh, my dyslexia's kicked back in. Top Hunter's the nearest. Top Players Golf, love that. Treasures of the Caribbean. Yeah, they've not got Top Players Golf. Viewpoint, Voltage Fire, Waku Waku 7. Windjammer's just played that. World Heroes, World Heroes. This is the other pre-rendered one that's. That boxing one. Do you know what? I only ever played that boxing one once on a stream. I did really well on it and quite enjoyed it, actually. I think it's called Fighting Joe or something. Yeah, it's supposed to be really bad, isn't it? Yeah, I played it. I quite enjoyed it. I don't know why. I don't know. It must have just been my moment, but I got through a few levels on the old Fighting Joe. Yeah. It probably is a bad game, but I do find that kind of thing hilarious. During the PlayStation era, I was absolutely. What I used to find the funniest was to go around like loads of people know I had like flats or houses and that. I'd go around there. I'd take a really bad game, and there'd be a few people there, and they'd try and get into it. And I used to think it was absolutely hilarious. I used to go out my way to buy the worst games ever, just to watch them, because the people I was friends with, they were so into gaming that they didn't want to see any bad in the game. So they would just play it for hours and hours, try and get something out of it. And, it would just be hilarious. I mean, some of the games on the PS1 were awful. And to see them try and play them and do well, it just used to make me laugh. Seeing their frustration, it was worth the purchase of the game, I tell you. Probably a bit weird that, but I found it amusing. Did I say this game looked good? Right, the soundtrack's good. Is this pre-rendered? I don't know. I don't think it is it? You've got to love the rave soundtrack on this. I see Chris, Gadget UK. I've remembered his fucking name for once. That's good. Chris says it's not that bad. I don't. He must be on about Boxing Joe. What's it called? I forgot now. Evening, Chris, says she. Yeah, I remember playing that Joe game and doing well at it. Whether that mean, in my eyes, that means it's a good game. If I did well at it, I'm happy with it. The worst game I've played is the Sniper 2 on PS2. I mentioned it in another stream. I bought it for one of my friends for Christmas who really liked Silent Scope, and I've seen it. I think it was when it must have been early internet days. Amazon was a thing, and I bought it on Amazon. The Sniper 2 for PS2, and I've never been so disappointed in my entire life. It is terrible. It was. That was the most disappointing game I've ever played. It sounded so good in the description on Amazon. At least 10 people would give it a 5-star review. I don't even know if Dev was used at that point. I think I paid, honestly, I think I paid £12.99 for it or something. Never get that back. That says hardcore. Beer Wonder, hello Scott. Hello mate, cheers for stopping by. Yeah, no worries mate. Yeah, that was a good stream, I enjoyed it. Yeah, some of the banter from June and the Blue Van Man was just hilarious. That June's, she's definitely a dark horse, because I had no idea. She is hilarious. I'd love to go out for a drink with her. So funny. Great costumes as well. You proper made an effort there. But yeah, I've got a new, well, it's new again. I've had this flash cart before. I sold it last time though because I needed to get a new boiler and it was like £2,000. I thought I don't fancy paying for all that myself, so I think I'll sell a few items. So I sold the flash cart, but I decided to buy another one. Let's not talk about the import duty charge. That's sort of a bad not a good subject. But I decided to get another one, and there it is. Anyone remember hardcore? Yeah, I didn't like. I remember a lot of people being happy hardcore. I didn't like it. No, I like the techno, I like the trance, I like the hard house. I didn't even mind house music, but no, I weren't into the hardcore or happy hardcore. Can't get this shit off my face for fuck's sake. Oh, you'll be going into BT tomorrow with all that all over your face. What happened to you, Scott? Don't ask. You've got a face like a smacked arse. Yeah, I've been trying to scrub this shit off all night. Have you tried petrol? That's a good remover. This boss is bad. I'm going to hand that and admit this boss is bad. Who designed this? This looks like something that a 6-year-old did. I mean, a very talented 6-year-old, but still a 6-year-old. I think at the start of this gameplay I was trying to make out that this was a really good game. Let's just concentrate on the music, that's good. Nice music. Get the feeling I'm hitting the wrong part of this. I know. I'm getting an R now. Getting the R rating. 140 hand gestures per minute. It's usually in 30 seconds segments, to be honest, but Scott says June's hilarious. You met up with them last week, lovely couple. Oh my word, I bet you're looking about died with laughter. Chris says import duty is going to get worse though, so probably a good idea to get one now before the rules change. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Will I even be? Will I be alive in about 6 months? Will I be homeless and in some sort of concentration camp or something? I don't know. Yeah, probably best to get one now. That's not bad. Not a bad idea. I've got enough money to buy a van and a container that I can put on my mate's farm, so I can put all my games in the container and then just go off in the van. Lose everything else, but that's the best plan I've got. That's my Armageddon plan. It's very, very ill thought out, but all the same. I think I've got some tins of rice pudding and a few chicken curries and rice. And some stainless steel cooking devices. So I'll survive at least a weekend. This music doesn't really suit a shooting game, doesn't it? I feel like I'm sort of at the supermarket looking around the frozen section. Alright, Chris says, how's the Mega Drive? Stu says, I touched up all the pins on the chips in the area of the board and the flash and the stop, but the Mega SD keeps freezing on CD games. It's that dodgy terror onion, I tell you. Oh my word. Running man just ran into it. Oh wow, I've got a bomb move. It just won't be the same though, one of your streams about that flickering. I always look forward to when the flickering starts. I always feel a bit disappointed at the start when the flickering isn't present, but then when it starts and you start to notice it, that's when I start to really enjoy the stream. Yeah, it just won't be the same without the flickering. The thing is as well, half the time you're the only person noticing it. So I'm double questioning myself if there is any flickering or it's just you. Chris says, laughing loud down at the music. It could be the Mega SD actually. Yeah, well, you know what the Terror Onion guys are like. Although I must say, they must be listening to the people who bought their things, because this not Mega SG, this Neo SD, the cartridge shell completely different. It's got Terror Onion like embossed in it, and the fit inside the console, it's beautiful. It's just like a brand new AES game. It's not like mega tight. It's just perfect. The memory card slot on that, it just feels so much nicer. Everything about it. I don't know. I mean, you know, the Mega CD is a complicated animal, isn't it? It's a different beast. Oh, do you know what? That's happened to me before. I was just thinking about when that fat girl sat on me, I don't know. I've got some bombs now though. If it wasn't for those green blobs flying at me, this would be home and dry. So it says, could be, I never noticed it doing it before. It's almost like the timing, like the sound of gamers in front, behind. Any firmware updates for the Mega SD available? Best system for cartridge insertion. Best system for cartridge insertion. I never really liked the Mega Drive cartridge insertion. I quite like the Super Nintendo cartridge insertion because you've got that eject button. It's like special the way the cartridge popped out. You know, no other console really replicated that, and I thought it was a nice feature. Sort of for the lazy man, saves the trouble. When you think about it, you're pulling a cartridge out your console, the danger of actually lifting the console is considerable. But Nintendo thought about that and offered you the ejaculation button. So yeah, I want to go with Super Famicom. Yeah, best cartridge insertion. Mega Drive's a bit hit and miss, you know. Bit hit and miss, mind you. Maybe my port's quite worn. I mean, I've inserted a lot of games in there. Neo Geo's all over the board. Some games are real tight, some are a bit loose. Sometimes you shake the cartridges and the boards flap about, you know. It all depends on the torrid history that they've experienced. It's hard to tell until you insert it what you're dealing with. What are these snakes on this stage I'm finding? Unless it's the same snake. Same snake, different name. Warning, major enemy is approaching. It's fairly up to date. I went to look today, but Terror Onion forgot password link isn't working. Oh, the old forgot password link. Well, that's another thing about the Neo SD. It came with all the latest firmware updates already on it. So a numpty like me didn't have to worry about screwing it up. This boss is just getting bigger and bigger. His balls are getting bigger and bigger. His big red glowing eye. Serious trouble. Imagine if you're down the arcade and put 20p in this, you'd be well chuffed. But Infinite continues. The arcade operator's gone wrong somewhere. The G7000 cartridges had a handle. Is that G7000? That's not the GX4000, is it? You mean the video pack, don't you? Yeah, but the games are shit. There's no point in inserting them into the cartridge. There weren't many good games on that video pack, was there? And the cartridge labels, talk about generic. Oh my god. Black and red being the order of the day. Yeah. I've played a few video packs at gaming expos and yeah. Maybe it's just because it was a bit before my time, but yeah, I wasn't left with a great impression personally. Although compared to the Amstrad GX4000 or whatever it was called, video pack was immense and next level. Do you have the game set to AES or arcade version? I'll tell you what, let's have a look. I don't know. Mega Drive sometimes felt like you could have snapped something for an end. SNES did have a good feeling. Yes. Do you have the game? Yeah, I've already read that. You've already read that, Aaron. How do we know? B, options. Right, here we go. This is what we've got. We've got game, in-game trigger, system mode, BIOS, that's Japanese, region, Japan, cartridge mode, no. MVS cartridge mode, no. What's that? What's that mean? So what have I got? I don't know what I've got. Oh, here we go. I just had it as, what did I have it as? BIOS. So it would have been in AES mode. It was in AES mode. That's what it was in. Well, if you put in MVS, it's going to have infinite continuous, isn't it? So you have to put credits in. Oh shit, what's happened now? I'm just going to stick with that. It's 11 o'clock. What's happened there? I've gone into summit here. Oh. So has anyone got a suggestion for any games? Probably the last game since 12 o'clock on my watch, but 11 o'clock in Narnia, where I usually live. What the hell is Cyberlip? Oh man, it's this really... Well, that's probably being wrong. It's a bit like Metal Slug, but it's not Metal Slug. It's a very early game. I think probably when it came out it was reasonably impressive. I've never got on with it. It's got quite a reputation for the first boss. If I get there, you'll recognise it instantly. Oh no, you won't, because you've never read those retro gamer magazines. But if you've never read any of the retro gamer magazines, you would definitely see it. Chris says, I like Cyberlip, it has a charm. Just my dyslexia kicked in then again. I thought somebody called Cyberlip had commented. I thought, wow, he's been waiting in the shadows for his game to get mentioned. Then he's come out and said, right, who's having it? But no, it was just Chris. I've just misread it again.
The federal government, facing an increased population,
2016 release.
approved development of a space colony project. The federal government appointed Colony CO5 as the military fortress.
Imagine though, in 1990, this speech.
They were found to be defective.
Remember we had a game and it had one word speech and you was amazed. This has got an entire fucking paragraph.
Android military troops were made and trained against the invading aliens. The federal military had reduced their soldiers and become...
Would have blowed your mind. You'd have thought you was in an episode of Star Trek. Now you can see a very realistic character. I'm pointing at a screen you can't see me pointing at, but I'm pointing at it. C button is the arm select. You see we've got a flamethrower there. Look at this. Last hope. Here we go. If you've ever seen any sort of write-up in a magazine about Neo Geo, it probably would have featured this screenshot you're seeing right now. Oh shit, there's people coming. See, they turn to exoskeletons. Now, a lot of people slate it because you can't fire diagonally. Look at him, what a hero. Oh, rocket launcher. Way before Quake. I like the way they do a little dance as well. I'm just going to run away. Oh no, I'm going to make it through there. But look at this. Then I come on with shock mobility. He's actually a pensioner. The main character of this game. Have I got anything like that? Oh, I haven't got anything like that. Oh. Look, and the shock mobility. Boom. Cyber City. Hit your heart out. Now, is it renowned because the first boss looks like a giant penis? It could be. I might be getting mixed up with another game. A lot of games where the first boss looks like a giant penis. I'd love to go in that doorway. I'd also like to press continue and then get the shot mobility out. Look at that. What did he say? What happened in there? Challenge the spirits of Neo Geo. Holy funk. Alright, we're going to end well. Here we go. Yeah, this boss is amazing actually. This is the image you would see in any publication reporting on Neo Geo. Sort of makes that boss in Altered Beast look like nothing. Like all consoles, you can see a massive difference in early games and late games. This looks like something on the Amiga. This is the picture that was used on some old Neo Geo adverts too. I know, it's ingrained in my brain. I mean, I've never really given this game much of a chance, to be fair. I mean, you know, I've had this cart and you've got Metal Slug, so... I'm sure if I owned Cyber Lip, I would have given it some considerable time. I would probably have grown to have loved it. You know that rocket launcher, man. Why am I just throwing grenades now? I prefer it when I actually had a gun. Oh, now I've got a rocket launcher. I'm not complaining. Cool bot. Flamethrower? Now we're talking. Oh, not that again. Oh. Easy work with the flamethrower. Oh, not these people. Oh. Shot mobility to the rescue. Yeah. They make a really annoying sound. Oh, hold on. He's straight out of Double Dragon. Oh. I think I'm out. I've still got to continue. Shot mobility. There's Chris laughing out loud. Kind of weird though, isn't it, that sort of hover vehicle? Is this a shoot 'em up? Is this a run and gun? Run and gun. don't think I can pass this off as a shoot 'em up. Even if you was a dragon in this game, still probably run a gun. Is this? I think it's some sort of rolling thunder-esque thing when you go in that doorway. To be honest. Watch out! Oh, it's that thing from Metal Slug. Before Metal Slug. Wow. Oh. I learned from last time it was a bad idea going on there. Oh, I'm out of credits. Chris says, yeah, it does look like an OAP vehicle. So yeah, that's what Cyberlip looks like. I mean, the Metal Slug developers created this before Metal Slug. It's like an onion, isn't it, all this knowledge? It's just layers and layers and layers and layers, yeah. That's an interesting fact, that is. Very interesting, actually. Man, I'm glad they brought Metal Slug out, because I've got another continue. Have I pressed... What happened there? I think I've cheated the system. It's like a terror onion. Yeah, exactly, like a terror onion. Yeah.
Let's roll.
Do I want to go up or down? I go an upper or a downer? I have to go up. Does that mean it's going to be harder?
The supercomputer biochip has become independent and is out of control.
Yep, sounds like 2020.
We order you to destroy the supercomputer.
You want me to destroy a supercomputer? Shouldn't be too many problems, just give me about 5 minutes on the internet and it won't work no more. I remember when I first got a PC, I had a housemate and his brother was really into computers, and he said, I'll build you a computer, he said, and I guarantee, he says, you'll have no problems with it. You won't. It'll be absolutely amazing. Right, we had this computer for about 24 hours, yeah, and during that time, surfing the internet, we managed to completely knacker it. We get it back to him and said, it don't work no more, it's freezed up and all that. And he said, what have you done to it? And he said, I can't sort it out. And he had to scrap it. So, that, you know, if you need a supercomputer destroying, you can do that in next to no time. A few visits to the wrong places, it's easy work. This was probably before you had virus protection. This was the Wild West then. Is this a jump I've got to make? Oh, thank God they put that there. It's quite interesting, this level, isn't it? Some sort of robotic factory. They're probably cloning humans or something. I'm running out of fucking room here. Am I out of credits now? Is it endless? I think it might be endless, you know. Just as well.
Reloading magazine completed.
Can't you crash a computer by playing tic-tac-toe with no players? Yeah, I don't think that's how we did it. It's, oh, look at this gun, auto. Imagine if Metal Slug never come out and this was Metal Slug. I mean, they never had Cyberlip 2, didn't they? Oh, the good old watch out. If the enemy can't kill you, they'll crush you. Oh, jeez! Oh, no, there might be some special move. Oh, there is. If you press down and B, it does a special move. Look at this boss straight out of R-Type. I feel like I'm in a bad spot here. Oh, I can fire down, that would be handy. Straight in the eye. I mean, to be fair, this is quite impressive. I always found Neo Geo, whenever I went to like the arcades and they had Neo Geo, I always found the games were too hard. I didn't get value for money. I really didn't need to jump down on his head then. So I never really played them. The only Neo Geo game I really played in the arcades was League Bowling. Armageddon! I must have told my story about 6 million times actually about when I first went on the internet when I was at college. I was about 19 or 20, so I was a bit of a late starter there. Most of the lads there were like 16, 17 or whatever, and most of them knew all about the internet, but I didn't. So we went to the library. So I'll show you how to use the internet and that. So I said, alright, brilliant, yeah, we booked in to go on these computers. We went on. And I said, well, what do you do on it? He said, well, you just look up whatever you want. Well, I put in like Ferrari, looked at a load of Ferraris, put in something else, looked at a load of something, and eventually I said, I don't know what to do now, I don't know what to look up. So I started looking around on the files on the computer. Bearing in mind, I'd never really been on a proper computer before, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But I managed to get into all these files, and I said, hey, this one here, it's a video. So I double clicked on it. So how do you open it? Double click on it, he said. So I double clicked on it. Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca it was. This is interesting. And Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca started up the music. And Ricky turned up on the screen. But instead of like the usual video, it was sort of like a different version. It was Ricky sort of waving his penis around. It wasn't too bad. But then all of a sudden 1 Ricky turned to 4 Rickies, and 4 Rickies turned to 8 Rickies, and 8 Rickies turned to 16 Rickies, and 20 Rickies turned to fucking 40 Rickies. And next thing you know, the Living La Vida Loca's playing full bore on the computer. The woman from the library's going absolutely ballistic. The more she's pressing escape, the more Ricky Martins and penises are appearing on the screen. And literally they couldn't shut it down. She had to turn it off on the mains. And I got banned from computers on college. I wasn't allowed to go on computers for the next 2 years at college, because of the Ricky Martin incident. I tried to explain my innocence. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what that file was doing on the computer. But the woman in the library, she was having absolutely none of it. She thought I was part of this sort of Ricky Martin. And it was a very well done video, I must admit. Very well edited. And like I say, the more she pressed escape, the more Ricky Martins and penises. At one point, I think there was 64 Ricky Martins and penises on the screen at once while Living La Vida Loca was playing at high volume. And at this point, everyone in the library was crowding around the computer looking what the commotion was about. And that was my first experience of the internet. That was day one of the internet. And it really wasn't even the internet that got me in trouble. It was just some clever bastard who put that on the computer. So... yeah, penisware. It was penisware. I mean, I ought to look for it, but then I'll probably get a virus on my computer. But yeah, like I say, it was an incredible piece of video. It was incredibly well done. Like I say, the more she pressed escape, the more it just come on. It just got louder and louder, and yeah. Whenever I hear Living La Vida Loca, that is all I can think about. That woman just freaking out. And me and this lad who showed me how to use the internet just try not to cry. Yeah, that got me banned. I just think that librarian woman, she wasn't getting any action, and I think it sort of brought back memories for her that she wasn't keen on. I don't know if she had some sort of bad experience. The 161 cart I have, several fighting games default to hardest level and you can't get a hit in, let alone a win or a round or a fight. Chris says, yeah, I think a lot of the arcades crank the difficulty up.
The federal government, facing an increased population
Can't you?
crisis,
Oh.
approved development of a space colony project.
Chris says maybe it was a secret video clip. You rumbled her. I don't know. She looked pretty fucking embarrassed.
They were found to be
But I'll never forget that. And like I say, it was the first day that we got to use the computers. I mean, I was doing a carpentry and joinery course. We didn't need to use computers for that, but You know, this is when the internet was relatively new. I mean, another story about when I went to college. You had to do a computer. I mean, this is madness. We were doing carpentry and joinery. Working with wood, right? And you had to do this computer course. It's one of these things like for 4 weeks you had to do maths, 4 weeks you had to do a computer course or some rubbish. But anyway, you know it's not when you've got a keyboard, yeah, and you don't know how to use a keyboard. You're only used to a Casio keyboard, not one with like... And all the letters ain't in the right place, are they? It ain't like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and all that business, right? So anyway, we've got this computer class we're in, and you have to write all this stuff out on the computer and all this stuff, right? And the lad next to me, the one who showed me how to use the internet, he was a wizard on these keyboards, yeah? He wrote up his thing, wrote it all up in about 5 minutes, yeah? Whole screen full of words. Oh, fucking hell, Steve, that's impressive, mate, yeah? So how are you getting on, Darren? Fucking hell, I ain't put my name in yet. the teacher's saying, right, everyone's got to hand all this stuff in. He said, what are you going to do? He says, give me your disc. He said, what do you do? I press eject on his computer, took his disc out. He said, you can't do that. I said, watch this. Put it in my computer, loaded it up, changed the name from Steve Dillo, Darren Walsh, save. Put my disc in, saved it, and there you go, I've done. He said, you never get... I said, done it, and I've done the computer course. Handed it in, passed. No problem. So, yeah... That's how I worked out how to use a keyboard. The thing they was asking us all to type out the same thing. It was stupid. It was pointless. Just get someone in the class who was good at it. And all I did was do my name, and we spent 4 weeks doing that. Eventually, I'd got my name in and just saved his work, and I completed the class. So you can't spell cabbage using a Casio keyboard. Maybe she was stood up at the altar by a Latino gay man. I like librarian types, says Matt. I don't remember finding her physically attractive, to be honest. I think this is very much like Windjammers, isn't it? But they're more competitive. Oh, Casio keyboards. Remember the demo mode? That's all I used to be able to do, is press the demo mode. Once, when I was at primary school, me and this lad, we did the Casio keyboard demo. I did a little rap over the top of it called the Bash Street Boys rap. And we played it back to all the older kids at school, and they thought it was really cool. Trust me, it was no Dr. Dre. But yeah. Yeah, no, it was the Casio key. We thought we were the fucking nuts, I tell you. When everyone was saying it was good, we thought we were going to be on top of the pops next week. Nothing come of it. No. Let's see if we've got that special move that Matt was on about. Don't have it in this one. Just press both buttons. Who am I fucking playing this against? Dr. Robotnik? No, I've just got to guard my star. Yes! I've cheated quite a lot of times, actually. Years ago once, to get a CSCS card for free, I had to go on this course to do this English thing. This was on computers as well. And I'm not any good at English. I can read and write and all that, but I'm not very good at the English thing. So this bloke basically on this, like, I don't know, some government funded thing, he basically he like put words in my mouth and I just typed them out until it was all correct. And then, right, they had the audacity to give me the certificate, yeah, and he said, you know what that stands for? I said, well, not really, because like, I ain't done nothing on it. He says, well, that is the equivalent of an English GCSE. I says, what, a 4-week course where you filled in the answers for me and I've just typed them out is the equivalent of an English GCSE? He says, yeah. Well, that's unbelievable, isn't it? I don't know why I wasted all that time at school. Completely pointless. No, I got the CSCS card anyway, so... I think it was to get 50 quid off. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I just paid the 50 quid. Because I had to go to this thing about 10 times. I mean, it was full of degenerates. for a start. I mean, just one of them bizarre things that happens, I suppose. There seems to be a power gauge. Yeah. Well, my dyslexia couldn't see that, so... Quick, Google the fucking instructions. I'm getting thrashed. Getting thrashed by a pink-haired girl for not the first time this week. You lost. I get that a lot. What's the power gauge do though? Just for show. I bet you have to max it. The more you hit it, the more you max it. Oh. I refuse to lose this match to a pink-haired girl. That power gauge, it's gone back down now though, Matt. What's happened? Oh, she got me with the gauge. Damn. That's the face of a beaten pink-haired man, if ever I've seen one. Right, it's 11:30, so we'll just have one more request. The number changed to 2. Yeah. Oh, I've run out of beer as well. This is bad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably another game, like many, we should play more time with. Does that make it play more time with? Spend more time with? Last Blade 2. Okay, well, I won't last long on that. Great game though. Where is it? Is it on here? It's not looking good, is it? It's just not looking good at all, is it? I can't see it there. Is it called something else? Ah, The Last. Do you know what? I've got a panic there. Man, this game is good looking. This game is seriously good looking. Right, while it loads, I'm going to get another drink quick because it might take a while, but this is some sick graphics here. Yeah, high meg count on this one, says Chris. Did he press play on tape before he left? Fuck, it takes a long time to load. That's why I suggested it. The art is beautiful. Yeah, it does take a while to load, to be fair, but if you consider the amount of time it would take me to get out of my seat, take the cartridge out of there, find another game, put it back in, well, it's already been proven. It would take longer than it takes to flash this. Yeah, I mean, when you got the Pro one, which costs you even more in import tax, you can store like 4 games on it at once or something. Come back for syntax error ready. Oh man, yeah. Come back to some sort of weird screen. The Neo Geo stopped working. That says, what beer is that? It's Brewdog Punk IPA. It's not. It used to be about 6-7 years ago. It used to be like the go-to beer for craft beer. It was sort of what started it all off, to be honest. But these days it's mass-produced and it's not that great, to be fair. But I bought a 12 box from Morrison's a while ago for 12 quid. Punk. Stu says, I've heard there are issues with the Pro when playing a game from one of the 4 slots. Yeah, I don't know. I never looked into the Pro. I've just seen it was like €200 more and thought I'll wait for the load times. I must pre-warn you, I am no good at fighting games. Never been any good at them. Never ever. I think the best I've ever been at a fighting game was once I was at a Play Expo. I was with Ninja Bear Rug actually. I was playing Street Fighter Alpha 2 and I beat him a couple of times and this guy come and said, can I play you? And then he continued to thrash me, but I think I might have actually beat him in the first fight. But it was pure beginner's luck. He soon rumbled my shallow fighting technique. Never been any good at mixing up the ordinary moves and the special moves. That looked good, doesn't it? Look, he's getting angry about something. This is another, I mean, not Last Blade 2, but Last Blade 1. Like, years ago, I could have had this for nothing, really. Less than 100 quid, I don't know what it goes for now, but... Out of all the fighting games in the Neo Geo, I think Last Blade is the one that I'd like the most. It's not the one that I actually own. I really like the way Art of Fighting 2 looks. I'm just terrible at it. And I've never actually had the pleasure of playing it with anyone who's actually good, who can show me, you know. Chris says, I just never work out some of the moves. Laughing out loud. Matt says, laughing out loud, anti-climax moves. Yes. Made quite a few of those in my time. When I got King of the Fighters 99, I printed out about 36 pages of moves. And to be fair, for a time, when I was sort of looking at those moves and playing it a bit, was able to do quite a lot of it, but unless you've got some sort of documentation, which admittedly back in the day, if you were in the arcade you didn't really, did you? I mean, the first time I remember seeing like moves was like when it was like Virtual Fighter and stuff, you know, I'd have them printed out, but prior to that Street Fighter it didn't tell you what the moves were, was it? You had to work it out yourself or know someone who knew. I actually think I prefer the original to this, because this one I think it's got less of a soundtrack, it's more about the ambience and well, there's a lot going on. Man, I'm going muzzle. What if he does the old dragon punch? Oh, he does. Must be some sort of special super move like no, couldn't pull it off. Chris says Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special 2 are the best fighters I think on the Neo Geo. Lots like Guru though. And Dan Jinamaru, Power Instincts. Oh wow, yeah, that game is mental. Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, I've played that before. That Matrimeli or whatever it is. Ninja Masters is good though. I mean, they're all good if you know the moves, I suppose. But I remember when I got my Xbox 360 and Super Street Fighter 2 HD come out, I went out of my way to buy a proper arcade stick and try and learn the moves and play it online. And after several months, I still sucked, to be honest. Got bad memories of playing Street Fighter 2 actually, because I used to play it and the people would never tell you the moves. And imagine you play Street Fighter 2 and you didn't know the moves. And they did know the moves. They were like Zangief and they're doing that spinning pile driver thing and stuff. It was pretty embarrassing. You know, when you could only do the 100 hand slap with E-Honda, you did look a bit of a noob. Who will be the hottest tonight? Oh no. This guy's taking me to town. Whoa. And he's smoking a pipe. Wow. Strange how this level's got music. I suppose because the ambience is because we're outside and there must be some sort of live music going on. Yeah, but he didn't realise I could do the blocking as well. Two lovers there in the background. I'm getting smashed up. Oh. Yeah, I am bad at fighting games. I remember when I first got a Neo Geo and people were like, if you don't like fighting games, there'll be nothing for you to enjoy on the system. Well, there are some games that aren't fighting ones available. I've got a few fighting games. I mean, you've got to have Samurai Showdown 2, haven't you? You've got to have that. That is an absolute staple of the Neo Geo. And I've got fond memories of actually seeing Samurai Showdown when it first came out in the arcades. It was always really difficult, like any of these games, if you don't know the moves. Nice Japanese action to end an evening. Exactly. I think it's probably not a bad idea to end the evening before I have too many beers, and then I still got tomorrow. I don't want to peak too early, but hopefully I'll do another stream tomorrow evening. It'll probably be on the Neo Geo, because it's pretty easy to play games on it now. I haven't got to leave the seat to change. So thank you to everyone for watching and commenting. As always, been very enjoyable, and hopefully I'll catch you soon. Take care. Not John boy.